Chapter 1, Becoming a Praying Parent. It is the best of jobs. It is the most difficult of jobs. It can bring you the greatest joy. It can cause the greatest pain. There is nothing as fulfilling and exhilarating. There is nothing so depleting and exhausting. No area of your life can make you feel more like a success when everything is going well. No area of your life can make you feel more like a failure when things go wrong. Parenting. The word itself can bring contradictory emotions to the surface. We try to do the best we can raising our children. Then, just when we think we've got the parenting terrain all figured out, we suddenly find ourselves in new territory again, as each new age and stage presents another set of challenges. Sometimes we sail through smoothly. Sometimes we encounter tempests and tidal waves. Sometimes we get so tired that we just want to give up. Let the storm take us where it will. But I have good news. We don't have to be tossed and turned by these winds of change. Our children's lives don't ever have to be left to chance. We don't have to pace the floor anxiously, biting our nails, gnawing our knuckles, dreading the terrible twos or the torturous teens. We don't have to live in fear of what each new phase of development may bring, what dangers might be lurking behind every corner. Nor do we have to be perfect parents. We can start right now, this very minute, in fact, making a positive difference in our child's future. It's never too early and never too late. It doesn't matter if the child is 3 days old and perfect, or 30 years old and going through a third divorce because of an alcohol problem. At every stage of their lives, our children need and will greatly benefit from our prayers. The key is not trying to do it all by ourselves, all at once, but rather turning to the expert parent of all time, our Father God, for help. Then, taking one step at a time, we must cover every detail of our child's life in prayer. There is great power in doing that, far beyond what most people imagine. In fact, don't ever underestimate the power of a praying parent. I didn't have the best role model for parenting because I was raised by a mother who was mentally ill and very abusive. I wrote about that abuse and my miraculous recovery from its effects in my book, Out of Darkness, Harvest House Publishers. I also related how having my first child, our son Christopher, caused me to realize that I had the potential in me to be an abusive parent. I discovered that if we are parenting without God, we are destined to repeat the mistakes of our past and to mimic what we have observed. A scene from childhood can flash across the screen of your mind and play itself out on the stage of your life in a moment of weakness, before you even realize what has happened. It may occur so quickly that you feel powerless to control it, and it can make you do and say destructive things to your children. This becomes compounded by the guilt that inevitably takes root and grows to often paralyzing proportions. Thankfully, I had good counseling and support and was able to overcome this problem before any damage happened to my child. But many people have not been so fortunate. Because I was painfully aware that I didn't have a positive parenting experience to imitate, I was nervous and anxious when my first child was born. I feared I would do to him what had been done to me. I read every book available on the subject of parenting and attended each Christian child-rearing seminar I could find. I tried to do my best with all this good and helpful information, but it was never enough.